Upon closer investigation into the meaning of life, clinical research shows that the pursuit of happiness is the weakest possible long-term solution for any person seeking to develop their character, talent, and capacity for growth. This parasitical impulse for short-lived positive emotion and pleasure is not something to be ashamed of, as it's innate in every human being. However, a person aiming to improve must learn to take advantage of this inclination by learning how to channel, control, or replace every thought, speech, and impulse toward a higher good. That is, in the direction that best predicts long-term cognitive, emotional, physical, and optimally spiritual maturation. As Canadian clinical psychologist Dr. Jordan B. Peterson from University of Toronto puts it, the higher good would be the simultaneous optimization of your function and the function of the people around you across time. That is the highest good. You will never hear an intelligent professor, psychologist, or scholar disagree that this is the ultimate means to a purposeful life. Growth, discipline, manifesting individual responsibility, and overcoming our self-destructive nature. To expect a smooth and seamless transition to get a person from where they currently are to where they need to be displays an unbelievably juvenile understanding of what it means to progress or advance in any context. The same way a person with cavities doesn't expect their visit to the dentist to be a pleasurable experience, one looking to expand their vessel for growth should not expect happiness along the way. Nor ever, because growth in itself is not a means to an end. There's nothing wrong with having a healthy dose of pleasure and comfort every now and then. But by no means is this the purpose of life. These findings are not new and they're not recent. In fact, this has been known amongst psychologists, Jewish mystics, and philosophers for hundreds, if not thousands of years. And the current rise in pleasure-stimulating content, whether it be political uproars, race clashes, unhealthy social media usage, immodest advertising, comfort eating, I can go on and on forever, etc., is nothing more than the successful attempt of the evil forces above to garner money, power, and control over the masses by exploiting human weakness. These declining institutions are just zoomed out manifestations of the real issue. Weak people. And I include myself in that. Those who fall prey to the wicked schemes of the puppeteers and evil institutions do so in a shameful attempt to escape their responsibilities. They prefer sacrificing their futures for the moment, while in the meantime, basking in the false perception that they have successfully dodged the great struggle that is necessary to save their futures and their loved ones. This is not something to be taken lightly. We have forgotten how to differentiate between right and wrong. We are unwilling or simply too lazy to go against what we know is wrong. And worst of all, we depend on governments and corporations to solve our problems for us. Has anyone else noticed that they do not have our best interests in mind? We are standing in our own way. We've lost faith in ourselves to reestablish true paradise. A world where everyone is pursuing growth and betterment. That is heaven on earth. In fact, at the end of the Adam and Eve story, only when they were sent out from the Garden of Eden with the mission to correct their sin of eating from the tree of knowledge does Eve get a name. In Hebrew, it's Chava, the mother of all life, teaching us a very important lesson. Life begins once you recognize your purpose. In other words, if you don't know your true purpose, can you really call yourself alive? Or are you merely existing? Next time you're presented with the ultimatum between scrolling mindlessly on Instagram and getting off your butt to take advantage of your last few years of youth, which one are you going to choose? Life or death?